So my recording is on today. I want to welcome you to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we have a really extra special show. We have Dr. Lisa Schulz, who is so dedicated to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show. She is on the phone because of the storms in the Northeast. She's lost power. So today you get to see me most of the time, or my picture, and a bunch of phones and names. So I hope you can handle that. So Dr. Lisa, the last time I wanted to give you the opportunity to swear these girls into oath and let them know that you are not their doctor and you're not entering into a
patient relationship.
So go ahead and do that.
I'm not going to give you a diagnosis, prescribing treatment, or doing psychotherapy. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Perfect. Lovely.
Perfect. So today we have Marlene and Vivian, who are volunteers because they want to get scanned. And if you ever want to get scanned by Dr. Lisa, she's a regular on the show. So the next time, once your name comes up, you too can be a part of the show. Call 407-373-5959. Dr. Lisa, share a little bit about your show since we have you. We have about a minute left before we go on the air.
Oh, well, I have a radio show on www.hayhouseradio.com. It's every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. West Coast time, and it's Intuitive Health with Dr. Lisa. That's when I'm not on the Lillian McDermott show.
We love it when you're on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, and I am really excited to be able to bring this talent that you have, that you're so gracious to teach so many of us. And I can see that it's about time to get started. Brian, how much time do we have left?
20 seconds.
I always know when we have 20 seconds left, just intuitively. So whenever you're ready, Brian, we're ready to go live with Dr. Lisa Schulz. Here we go. And I didn't do it on cue. So I must have had more than 20 seconds.
No.
So I talked less than 20 secones?
The Lillian McDermott Show.
It's time to dance, everybody.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be. I'll be right here, right here. And when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friends and my viewing friends. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful best day ever. And for those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, the purpose of the show is to provide a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening friend, will feel empowered to learn a new truth and live the life of your dreams. So today, after today's show, during today's show, as you are listening to what we're going to be talking about today, you're going to be amazed. This guest that we have today, Dr. Lisa Schulz, every time she's on the air, I love her more. This is just where I focus on you diving into your intuition. She lives there. And so if you want to be a part of our next show in the future, make sure you call 407-373-5959. That's 407-373-5959. Dr. Lisa Schulz is a very unique person, but she believes that we all have her gift. She is a medical intuitive who is an MD and a PhD in behavioral neuroscience. Just by knowing your name, your age, an area of concern of your body, she can help you discern the root cause of your illness. And usually it's an emotional connection to something that's happened in your life. And so today we have 2 more volunteers that are going to be scanned, quote unquote. I got the little bunny ears up because this today is a very unique show because Dr. Mona Lisa doesn't have power in her home. And of course, we won't be able to see her on the video, but you'll get to see you could get to hear on and off the air discussion. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am so grateful to have Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show. Welcome back, Dr. Mona Lisa.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I am doing great. Much better that that you're on the air. Thank you so much for honoring your commitment, even though you have no power. And your assistants, Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, and Horatio, and who did I miss?
Tammy Wynette.
Tammy Wynette, Conway Twitty. I forgot Conway Twitty.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's right.
The whole thing's a blur right now. We don't have electricity.
No electricity, but you are ready. So share a little bit about your background, Dr. Mona Lisa, and how you found that you had this, about your talent, what we're going to be doing today.
Well, I think everybody in the audience have come up the wall at one time in their life when they couldn't solve their problems with intellect alone. And for me, it came at a time with a health problem. Mm-hmm. And everybody at one time in their life, when they're not going down the right road, their body will let them know through symptoms of health that they need to readjust. So for me, it was during college that I developed a health problem where my intellect was unavailable. And so when I had these spells, these sleep spells, I would walk around and fall asleep. I would have to piece together what was going on while I was asleep with my intuition. And then later on in my career as a scientist, I would discover things in the lab. Ideas would pop into my head about solutions to experiments. Mm-hmm. But whether it's a mother who has intuition about her children, a father, everything but a politician. We all get well, maybe politicians, I'm not sure. But everybody gets information every day that helps them make a correct decision when their intellect fails them.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. And so when we are looking at our life and we get these unknown feelings, you're saying that that's coming from a place deep within that we just need to listen to?
Well, our brain is wired for seeing, but then we have a flip side, imagery or clairvoyance, intuitive insights through vision. And then we can all hear the world. We hear birds and things, but we also hear sounds. We may hear that voice of a loved one in pain. And then next thing you know, they call up. And we just thought about them. That's clairaudience. That's the intuitive voice. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, all of us probably have that sense in our body. We can feel someone else's pain, and that's clairsentience. And so every sense that we have on the earth that we're aware of with our rational eyes, we have a parallel sense with our intuitive. And so I help people recognize those images, body senses.
Very good. Very good. So we're going to continue our conversation with Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz. When we return, we're going to bring Vivian in, and we're going to learn a little bit about Vivian when we return worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Okay, so we're now on a break, and I'm really looking forward to, so both Vivian and Marlene are aware that they are not entering into a patient-doctor relationship. What is what you call the relationship, Dr. Mona Lisa?
It's a client. It's a reading.
It's a reading?
It would be something like technically, I describe a specific emotional situation in your life that I see aggravates your health. And then in my private readings, I would go through your body, head, eyes, ears, neck, thyroid, heart, breast, lungs. I would describe various symptoms you have, and I would connect both of them. But everybody, we all know that every illness is always in part due to diet, the environment, genetics, and so on. But every illness has an emotional, intuitive component. And I try to help people unravel the connection between the emotions and the physical symptoms so that the solutions that you're doing with doctors, acupuncturists, osteopaths, and so on, you can get better.
Yes. Yes. So in figuring out what it is, and I don't know, Brian, if you can just keep me honest on the side there and let me know when we're coming back on the air, I'd appreciate it. So 20 seconds. Oh my goodness. That 20-second mark. What do you think about that, Dr. Mona Lisa? I've got 20 seconds on my phone.
You're very, very good. You're also very cool. You're like, the way you discuss these things, because in the Northeast we go, hurry up, let me know when we're back on the air.
I love it. Okay, 3 seconds. Here we go. Time to dance.
When you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here waiting for you.
You can text Lillian McDermott or leave her a voicemail at 407-373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
And welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we always learn from one another. And today's teacher is Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz. You've heard her on my show before. She blows me away every single time that she comes on. If you want to be a part of a show with Dr. Mona Lisa and be scanned by her, then you can call 407-373-5959. Now, Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, I'm so grateful that you're able to share your gifts and talents on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show. So today we have Vivian, and basically for you that are listening right now or viewing me later, Dr. Mona Lisa is a medical intuitive. She has a MD and PhD in behavioral neuroscience, and everything that she does, she was able to verify science. It's science-based. What she's doing, you can go back to science, and there's a correlation to our health and our emotional, our past. There's a correlation. So Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, our first client is Vivian. And Vivian, are you ready, Dr. Mona Lisa, to bring on Vivian, or is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Vivian. Thank you, Vivian, for being a volunteer today. If you can share your name and your age.
Hi, I'm Vivian, and I'm 47.
Thank you so much, Vivian. What's your central problem?
Right now I'm feeling like it's my gut, maybe. I don't know.
You don't know.
I had breast cancer.
No, don't say anything. Nope.
Okay. The first thing I see, I know it was your gut, I don't know. The first thing I see is a problem in your family in the past. Families are supposed to make us feel safe and secure. I see someone in a family who's not the easiest person to deal with. They have a good heart, but they like to rule with an iron fist. You try to make peace with this person, but you've either had a series of fallings out with them, you've tried to protect yourself from this person, but they're definitely not the most nurturing of individuals. And you carry their emotion, their anger on your chest. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
That is not easy for you to, I'm sorry?
Was I supposed to say who it was or no?
She doesn't want to say who it is.
No. She's
no, it's my dad.
It's your dad.
Oh, it's my father. Yeah.
I see that you saw some situations in your family that were not easy, to say the least. And the difficult part about a reading is, especially when you're on a radio, is that you don't want to upset the person in a public forum. On the other hand, all of us have difficult, scary, and treacherous parts of our lives. And when we're young, we have a brain style that we can't talk about them and release them. And so they can get trapped in our body. And then later on in our life, we may be in a situation that reenacts it, brings it to the forefront. We may have a relationship, a child, even a boss that's like that parent. And we get an opportunity to renegotiate, learn a different way of handling that person, like your father. And if we don't have the skills to do that, that memory in our body comes up and it gets revisited through illness. And though you may have a genetic susceptibility, I'm sorry?
That's exactly like what happened with the other situation.
Right. Because you may have a genetic susceptibility to your disorder, breast cancer. You may have had xenoestrogens. There are lots of things like eating food out of plastic. There are all kinds of environmental factors where there's estrogens in meat and chicken and so on. And these are the things that you can try to eliminate so that you can reduce your incidence of recurrence. You can take coenzyme Q10, 400 to 600 milligrams a day. That's supposed to reduce a person's incidence. You can reduce your weight because body fat in itself, our adrenal glands and our ovaries make estrogen out of it. But every illness has an emotional intuitive component. And if you're in a family or a group of people like at work or the family that you live in, if you don't feel safe and secure, your anxiety or depression about it will go to your adrenal gland and it will release cortisol and make the cells, your white cells, they're supposed to protect your body from cancers. Any cancer, everybody has some kind of form of cancer,
right?
Non-oncogene. It will make that cancer be expressed genetically, and your cortisol will make your white cells that could protect your body from cancer, natural killer cells, not work. Who is a person in your life that is reminiscent of your father?
You know, everything that you just said was exactly what I went through with the cancer. But now I'm worried about my stomach. But when I did a lot of emotional healing, so it's cool that you said all that, it you know, that went away. But now I'm feeling my stomach.
I know. Okay, but hold on a second, because your stomach is part and part your immune system. It gives you a sense of safety and security, and your immune system lives in your stomach. Yes. It's the microbiome. It keeps bacteria safe. And then it's also, in medical intuition, third center. It has to do with responsibility and how you feel about yourself. And if there is a situation in a family who is reminiscent of your father, it's going to go to your stomach. Is there someone in your life who's like your father?
Not anymore, no.
What happened? Where are they now?
It was an ex, but we broke up.
Okay, there was an ex and they broke up. How long ago?
Over 2 years.
And I would like to add right now that you're listening to Dr. Lisa Schulz and Vivian, and Dr. Lisa is scanning Vivian. So go ahead, Dr. Lisa.
When did you break up? You broke up 2 years ago. And when did you get breast cancer?
I got breast cancer when I was with him, and then we broke up and I healed.
Okay, so there you get it. You get that?
Yeah.
He's reminiscent of your father. Okay, so you did what we call a radical boyfriendectomy. Okay, so the point is this. Since, I'm going to call him Bobo, okay? Since Bobo has been excised from your life, have there been other men?
There's a new one, but he doesn't remind me. What?
That's it. So therefore, there's a new one, but anybody and his mother-in-law, or perhaps father-in-law, would be nervous. Can I negotiate this? Will this person be like my father? Do I have a capability of meeting a man and being able to have skillful eyes at being able to recognize if they're going to be like my father again? Do you see that?
Yes.
And that's okay, because some people can pick fruit and other people can't. So they have to have someone help them pick the fruit for them.
Mm.
You may be one of those people that has trouble picking boyfriends. That's okay. You need someone to help you pick this person, because your gut is your intuitive sense that's letting you know, I don't know if I feel safe. Tell me about the new guy.
He's not like my father at all.
I know, but you don't. You don't know that, because if you called me 2 years ago before you got breast cancer, when you first fell for the first guy, you wouldn't have known either.
Okay.
So Dr. Mona Lisa, we have about 4 minutes left to this break.
So I'm going to make a suggestion, okay?
Okay.
Because your gut is telling you, I'm worried. Here we might be going again. Even though this guy feels different, I agree with you. Your body is worried. You can understand, right? Because last time you went through this, it was not a good deal.
No, right, correct.
Got connection.
I mean, got it. See that gut?
You got it. You got it.
So therefore, I want you to go to someone who is a cognitive behavioral therapist.
Okay.
She's going to help you walk you through the thought patterns that were going through your mind when you met man, the boyfriend, and how you had the breast cancer and the trauma. And now what's going on with this boyfriend. And as you negotiate this relationship, she's going to help, he or she is going to help you. But in many ways, you have post-traumatic boyfriend disorder.
Father disorder, huh?
Because no, but you understand, the last time you had a boyfriend, you came down with breast cancer. Whether this
Correct.
guy is good or bad, anybody would be scared. It's reasonable.
You know, it's funny you say that, because when I was married, I had to get my appendix out, and I suffered with lots of fibromyalgia issues. Then I was
but appendix, let's go with appendix. Appendix is your digestive tract. And the appendix is, and also when it gets infected, that's the immune system. And it has to go out. Right. It has to be taken out. So you get it. I'm not going to even ask you. We don't have time for what your husband was like, or every boyfriend since high school. But, you know, you're going to say, this one's different. This one's different. This one's different. We don't know that. You're going to have to talk to a cognitive behavioral therapist about it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, so we're listening to Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, and Dr. Mona Lisa, and Brian, how much time do we have left for Dr. Mona Lisa? I'm not seeing a minute and 30 seconds. Can you do a scan in a minute and 30 seconds?
Yes.
So please get started.
I look at your head, Vivian, I look at your head,
Okay.
eyes, ears, neck, thyroid. I see an increased susceptibility of making antibodies against your thyroid gland. Excess estrogen that we often have with breast cancer can affect our thyroid. So you have to follow that, especially in your capacity to convert T4 to T3. I look at your heart. At times I wonder whether it feels like your heart skips a beat or adds a beat. I look at your left lung, left breast, right breast. You've already told me you had increased susceptibility of lumpiness in your left chest wall. I look at your esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, colon, and rectal areas. I see a spasming or a change in motility in your bowel. I wonder if at times that starts within 20 to 40 minutes after you eat. I look at your left kidney, right kidney, bladder. I see at times a pressure underneath your rib cage, the right side of your rib cage. I look at the joints in your hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. I look at your neck, upper back, lower back, and sacral areas. I see achiness in your right shoulder, your right flank, and the right upper part of your body. Can you please tell me your health concerns?
I do have my health concerns.
Yes.
I do have thyroid, so that was, I mean, everything you said, you were right.
Can you please tell me?
I don't know.
Okay.
You don't feel the hot skipping a beat attitude.
Let me interject here. You just heard Dr. Mona Lisa scan Vivian in about a minute and 30 seconds. And I'm sure you are surprised. We're going to take this off the air. Dr. Mona Lisa is going to continue scanning Vivian, and we're going to continue our conversation when we return worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Amazing, huh, Vivian?
Yeah, I take thyroid medicine. I have.
How long have you taken thyroid medicine?
10 years, maybe longer.
So you're 47 and you've taken it for 10 years. The work of John Lee talks about how there's a connection between hypothyroidism and excess estrogen. The breast tumor that you had, was it estrogen positive?
Yeah, it was ductal carcinoma in situ. Yeah.
In situ. Did it have estrogen receptors?
I believe it did, yes. It did.
Because there's a connection between your hypothyroidism, perhaps, and your breast. The second and last thing is, how tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
And how much do you weigh?
158.
That's a bigger deal. I went through that really quickly earlier. I kind of did your reading backwards. Is that your problems are third center. It has to do with your weight, your digestion. The excess body fat you have, maybe 25, 30 pounds, your body, your adrenal gland and your ovaries make estrogen from it.
Right.
And that increases your chance toward having worsened thyroid problems, but more than that, the breast problem. Did they tell you that?
Oh, yeah. I've been working on it, but I used to.
A lot of that can be, a lot of times, we can be rejection sensitive. That our self-image can be based on certain kinds of men in our lives. And you have to be very careful that the men that you attract are not self-focused. And that when you're around them, you're selfless and they're self-centered. Has that happened in your relationships?
You know, I always seem to date addicts. I'm just going to say it right out. I always seem to date, alcoholics or drug addicts or sex addicts.
Right. And so
it's not funny, but that's who I always end up with, Yeah.
So those people are self-focused because the very essence of addiction is to cover up an emotion we can't handle. And, all the different studies suggest that once you're addicted to a substance or gambling or whatever, the circuits in your brain become hijacked. Your primary relationship is to the alcohol and not to anybody else.
Right.
Or, and so that's what you do. You focus on yourself and seeking that substance. And so they are self-focused. And when you're involved with someone like that, you tend to gain weight.
Right.
So Dr. Mona Lisa, because we're going to come back in about a minute and 30 seconds again, any suggestions for Vivian before?
Vivian, I have to ask you a question. The current boyfriend that you're in, you're getting digestive problems. How long have you had the digestive problems again?
Well,
or you've had them your whole life?
I've had them my whole life. It's not really that I have digestive problems. I've actually, since I started dating him, I've lost like 10 pounds.
You have?
Yeah, no, it's like a lot different. I mean that, but I get what you're saying. But she just said to come up with the area of concern, and I guess
I understand. So you have to come up with that one.
I just came up with that because I was like, oh, that's the second brain. Let's just go there and see what's wrong with it. If there's anything wrong with it.
But the bigger one was the breast. Has he ever had a problem with addiction?
Me?
No, not him. You. Him.
I have. Probably with some food, and I used to.
No, not you.
Drink.
No, I understand that. I'm talking about your new boyfriend.
Yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, what?
He's in recovery, yes.
That's why I want you to do cognitive behavioral therapy. because you're still swimming in the same sea, even though you've got a life preserver.
WAVE.
Okay, Vivian. Does that make sense?
Yes, right there.
Okay, hold on.
I'll be right here waiting for
Vivian, do you need to go?
You can text Lillian
I can,
McDermott or leave her a voicemail
Okay,
at
okay.
407-373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
And welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we're doing something totally different. You can listen worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. I'm Lillian McDermott, and today we are learning with volunteers. Vivian, you just heard Vivian get a scan, and off the air, even more. Geez, I am always amazed. I know, right, Vivian? So
I'm just, yeah.
Yeah, she's amazed. And so if you want to be a part of a broadcast with Dr. Lisa Schulz, you can call 407-373-5959. Leave a message if you want to. Just say what you want, or text, say, would like to be a volunteer with Dr. Lisa. And that way we'll have my team contact you and schedule you to come on. Really excited every time she comes on, because everything that she scans, everything she talks about, is about taking responsibility and ownership for the things that have happened in your past. Now, the responsibility is not blame, shame, or fault, or making you feel even worse. It's saying, I'm taking my life back. That kind of responsibility, the kind that leads to empowerment and freedom. And if you want to continue this conversation or be a part of this movement, please subscribe at whenyouneedafriend.com. Check out my sponsors. Make sure you do whatever it takes to support them, because without them, the show would not happen. And so also, I want you to not only become a subscriber, but like my social media, tell everybody that you know to listen to the show. It's the only way that we can continue to grow together. So today we have Dr. Lisa Schulz, and I'm stunned. So Vivian, I'm going to give you like a minute or so to say anything to Dr. Lisa at this point. As far as her read, she's never met you, right?
No, never met me.
And you were not even allowed to talk to her before the show.
No, you stopped me because I was like, oh, I want to talk to you. Like, no, don't even say a word.
So what is your thought as Dr. Lisa says the things that she said to you?
I mean, she got everything correct. I mean, she knew every part of my body that I had ever had an issue with, which is amazing. When you just, crazy.
Yeah.
Lillian, you were very,
thyroid. She even knew my pain in my neck. Like,
That's, my point is that, Vivian, what do you do for a living?
I am a realtor and I own rental properties. So I just kind of rent things out and find people homes.
Rent things out and find people homes.
Pardon?
Yes, this has to do with fifth center, has to do with having a voice and having a say. Whether it's thyroid or neck, it has to do with being able to be consistently be assertive. What you do is you hold it in, and all of a sudden in a relationship, it comes out.
There she blows.
I don't think you're aware of how you feel in a relationship. At the very beginning, you cover it up and everything is lovely. And then you recognize things and it all comes out. For your neck, the whole right flank, the right side of your body, it seems to twist and you hold your stress there. I think that in addition to going to a doctor, an orthopedic doctor, making sure there's nothing wrong with your neck, you might want to go to a massage person just to get the stress out. But I think that, once again, working with that cognitive behavioral therapist person, and just dating with supervision as things come up. Because I think that you'll find that you'll be able to voice with that therapist what's going on, and then you'll be able to voice it with your partner, that you'll hold less of it in your body.
Okay.
I think that would be the best thing.
Okay, Vivian, thank you so much for being part of the show. You could either stay holding on and mute your mic and listen, but or you can just hang up. But thank you so much for being a part of today's show. And Dr. Mona Lisa, we have someone new for you, and her name is Marlene. Are you ready for Marlene?
Yes. How old's Marlene?
Marlene, welcome.
Hello, Dr. Mona Lisa. Good morning.
Hi. How are you?
I thoroughly enjoyed listening to you work with Vivian. That was excellent.
Marlene, how old are you?
57.
Hold on one second.
Sure.
The first thing that I see is, we got this storm here. We have no electricity. Is you're a kind of person, you tend to put everybody else's needs beyond yours. I see a situation where there's someone in your life that you're trying to have a relationship with, but they act like they're interested, but they have trouble with commitment. I see you feel alone at an important crossroads in your life, but this individual is distant, removed, non-committal. I see this pattern has happened a lot in the past. Relationships are a real priority for you, but when you're in a relationship, you tend to put everybody else's needs first and yours last. And you're tired of this pattern, a relationship that appears to be fine, but underneath the person is very uncommitted. Who do you live with?
My husband.
How close is your relationship?
Very good. We've been together a long time, 36 years. But normal relationships, there's always bumps in the road. I mean, it's 36-year marriage.
36-year marriage. Are you the kind of person that puts your needs, puts everybody else's needs?
Absolutely.
First?
Absolutely. It's starting to change, though.
It's starting to change. Have you done that a lot for your husband?
Put him first? Absolutely. Yes.
How old is your husband?
He is 64.
How is his health?
Good.
Go ahead.
I wish he would work out more, but yeah, he's in very good health.
He's very good health, but you wish he would work out more.
Yeah.
Have you made health suggestions to him that he hasn't followed?
Always.
And he's getting more and more out of shape.
As he gets older, the belly fat adds on, but so is mine.
It's not the same.
No.
And you ask him to change, and he doesn't change.
Correct. He does take my nutrition suggestions, and he does work with that a little bit. He has gotten much better at that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
What it is you're a very intuitive person.
Mm-hmm.
You see a problem, and you try to move to its solution.
Correct.
And the way that looks is you focus on everybody else's needs but your own.
Mm-hmm.
His especially. And he talks like there's a lot of commitment to what you were asking him to do. But underneath, there's very little movement. And you're going to have to understand that the amount of energy that you put to trying to be intuitively focused to everybody else's problems is carrying cortisol, their stress in your body. So we all have cortisol stress.
Mm-hmm.
But if you intuitively key into their problems and try to solve them, you carry their cortisol. You do it again with somebody else, you carry their cortisol. So you're carrying 7 people's cortisol in your body. Cortisol goes to the nearby pancreas, which releases insulin. Mm-hmm. So basically, you're carrying the weight of everybody else's health in your body.
Right.
Okay, Dr. Mona, we have less than 2 minutes.
You actually
Okay.
could have it be eating a Pritikin diet, braised celery and sauteed water, and gain weight because of that.
Right.
I want you to know that he's not as devoted, will never be as devoted.
Right.
Diet,
I can't take
not because
responsibility. I can't take responsibility for that anymore, right?
I look
And
right. I look at your head. I look at your neck. I look at your thyroid. You already know about your thyroid problem. I look at your heart. I wonder if your body has problems handling fats or oils, triglycerides, or cholesterol. It's better than it used to be. I look at your left lung, left breast, right breast. In the past, I saw a capacity to have a hormonally sensitive lumpiness in your left chest wall. You have to be careful of that. I look at your esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, colon, and rectal areas. That's better than it used to be. I look at your left kidney, right kidney, bladder, uterus, left ovary, red ovary, and cervix if you still have them. In the past, you used to have a widening of your uterine wall, either cysts in your pelvis. I can't figure out what that is. I look at the joints in your hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. I see problems with your hips and lower back and knees.
Okay.
We're going to the break. I hear
We
the,
are going to a break. I'm glad you can hear that. Okay.
Thank you, Dr.
Ruben,
Lisa.
Hold on, Marlene. We are going to take a little break. You just heard Dr. Lisa Schulz and Marlene, and we're going to continue our conversation during the break, and we'll come back with Dr. Mona Lisa and possibly Marlene. So we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. Oh my goodness.
Marlene, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
I look at your left kidney, right kidney, bladder, uterus, left ovary, red ovary, and cervix if you still have them.
I do.
I see increased susceptibility of having lumpiness or cysts or widening of your uterine wall there in the past. I can't figure out whether that was endometrial, ovarian, or simply a widening of your uterine wall. I look at the joints in your hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders. Hold on. Hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. I look at your neck, upper back, lower back, and sacral areas. Neck, upper back, lower back, and sacral areas. I see a minor curve in your thoracic spine. I see a change of range of motion in your left wrist, right hip. I see a narrowing of the disc space at L4, L5, S1. I see something different with your right hip and lower back. Can you please tell me your health concerns?
It's actually been the weight gain, but I believe that comes from, this is my thing, is that the weight gain is from my cortisol level. You hit it right on the mark with the cortisol.
Let me ask you a question. I couldn't say the weight because you already told me the weight.
Right.
What problems have you had as a result of the weight? First of all, how tall are you?
5'4".
How much do you weigh?
155. I'm about 20 pounds up. But the problem is, okay, so I can speak freely, right?
Well, you're being recorded. You can.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I used to work out 6 days a week, and now I'm going to school full time.
Oh, for God's sakes! Wait a minute. What did you do when you worked out?
I ran. I was a runner.
Hello. Hold on 1 second. You used to run? How much did you run?
I ran marathons, half marathons, triathlons.
This is why I absolutely hate to do readings on the air, because some people are like, you're only 20 pounds overweight. But I understand. I used to be a marathon runner. But
okay.
The orthopedic issues here, your body looks like someone who's done a lot more. You have the body of someone who used to do a lot of running.
Mm-hmm.
And you used to run marathons, right?
Well, just one. I'll only take one full marathon. I've done a ton of half marathons. Only one full.
You know what I'm saying.
I know.
You're only 20 pounds over. The thing is that you're with somebody who doesn't do that.
Right.
Who doesn't have any of that body consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is...
Got 30 seconds, Dr. Mona Lisa.
the discrepancy between your mindset of health and meticulousness about your health and your husband's is a worlds apart.
Right.
That's the problem in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you get older, the trajectory between you and him is going to get wider and wider.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
Marlene, do you still have time to finish up?
I do. Sure.
Okay,
sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere, Marlene.
I won't. I'm right here. Thank you.
She is not done with you yet.
I'm not done with you yet.
We're not done.
Once
Okay,
again,
here we go.
here's Lillian.
OMG. Dr. Mona Lisa is in the house, and when she is so spot on. So
I'm so tired. I want to scream. Marlene, I love you more than my
I love
luggage.
you too. Unbelievable.
Listen. You sit there. You're 5'4", you're 155. You used to run a lot of miles. A lot of the orthopedic issues I see are sequelae, or the aftermath of that. Mm-hmm. The thing is that your marriage, you're with someone who's not like that at all. And you're 57 and he's 64. And as we get older, how meticulous we are about our health influences who we are. And the distance, you may both love each other, but the distance in who you are is going to diverge. You know, it's like that movie, Divergence, because it's going to really catch up on his health. It's going to be very hard for you to intuitively watch this man pay lip service to what you're talking about, because he may get a paunch, but you're fighting yours.
Right. True.
You're going to have to understand that you married your opposite. And you can love him, but you're going to learn to love the fact that this is who he is.
Right.
Barbara Streisand said, I met my husband, I married him, and then I tried to change him, I tried to change him, and now he's not the man I married. He's going to develop your traditional aging disorders. Mm-hmm. And that's going to drive you up a tree.
Right.
And you're going to be able to climb the tree.
Mm-hmm. But what about Marlene? I mean, should she focus on
Marlene is going to develop what I call contact intuitivitis.
Ooh.
That's dangerous.
Weight. You're gaining weight. You think the cortisol is from fatigue. You think the cortisol is because you're looking at him and you're getting angry and aggravated because you want him to do this, you want him to do this, you want him to do that. And the anxiety and frustration goes to your adrenal gland. It takes whatever body fat you do have via progesterone, converts it to cortisol, and that goes to the pancreas and releases insulin, and you'll gain weight. Mm-hmm. You'll eat less and less, and you'll watch the guy eat, and you're like, I can't believe you're eating like that, and you'll gain weight.
Right. I'm always under my calories. I track my weight.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Your weight is independent of your calories.
Right. It's menopause.
You have to get a book. You don't have a personality disorder, and neither does he.
No.
You have to get a book called DBT Skills, Handouts, and Worksheets.
What's it called? One more time. I'm sorry.
DBT, D as in dog,
okay.
B as in boy, T as in tomahawk,
okay.
DBT Skills, Handouts, and Worksheets. And on page 377, I believe, notice I know the page numbers because not like I don't have the issue of the lady before us, codependence, is radical acceptance. Mm. Radical acceptance is balancing willfulness and willingness. Willfulness is seeing a problem and needing to change it, wanting to change it, being compelled to change it. You, I, we're all that way. We intuitively see someone with a problem, and it's so painful for us. The solution is to stop it. So we'll tell them to eat this, do that. And then we're carrying their problem in our body, and that weight of that makes us gain weight. Mm-hmm. Ironically, the weight you're trying to solve in him is registering in your body. Sick, isn't it?
Right.
So, yeah, it'd be it. It's like the transplant. So your radical acceptance is balancing willingness to accept it and willfulness wanting to change it. Mm-hmm. And willingness to accept it doesn't mean it's fair, right, or just. It just means that you love him unconditionally just the way he is. And it's really difficult. You can practice detecting flaws by leaving like a $20 bill in the middle of the floor or leaving a drawer half open and then walking by it and allowing it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I know, because the perfectionism of the running and all that other crap. I get it. I understand it. And so allowing that to just be will ease this compulsive area in your brain. It's the anterior cingulate, which is the area for anxiety, the orbital frontal, which is the area for empathy. But the area for empathy is also the area, interestingly, for mistakes. When we intuitively that someone in our life is making a mistake, it's the same area for empathy and intuition, the orbital frontal that goes to the anterior cingulate for anxiety, and then we can't unlock it. And that's the area in the brain for caudate. And we obsess about it, and we have to change it. And then, unfortunately, that whole circuit goes to your body, and you gain weight. And you eat less and less. So you have to start to practice allowing him. You know, Louise Hay, the great Louise Hay, who just died.
Yeah.
A Louise Hayism, I love myself just the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
In that way, you have to love yourself the way he is. You have to love him the way he is. And if that means having a paunch and eating the way he eats, so be it. And you'll say, but he's going to die earlier. That's what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to allow that, because otherwise you will die earlier. And you know what? You're 57 and he's what?
64.
64. You hear of something, it's a medical intuitive rule, it's called age averaging.
Mm-hmm.
You're making yourself older by trying to make him younger. Stop it. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
Don't do that. So if I were you, I'd take high dosages, or talk to my doctor about taking high dosages of vitamin C. You probably already know this. 3,000 milligrams a day. If you're not taking something with SAMe and your stomach can allow it, I would consider, if you're not taking something with serotonin and your stomach will allow it, I would take SAMe. Even if your joints, you don't feel that they hurt, I would take it, because you don't want your joints to start giving you problems and not being able to exercise.
Yeah, and Dr. Mona Lisa, they've also made a correlation with SAMe to help memory loss. So people that are...
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah, they're helping out people with dementia as well.
Right. Absolutely. So SAMe, 400 to 600 milligrams 2 or 3 times a day. It has to be on an empty stomach or it's not absorbed. Okay. And so that could really help. And then, of course, proflavanol, a grapeseed extract, 360 milligrams a day. All these things to talk to your doctor about. But doing not with your husband, but alone. Not in a club, but alone.
Do it for yourself.
You're so porous that if you do exercise in a club, you'll pick up other people's feelings. So walking with Lecky walking sticks, they use 30% more calories because it's a quadruped system. You walk pushing off from behind with the sticks. They have springs on them. And that is more aerobic, and you'll find that you're getting almost as good a workout as if you were running. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that if you do that and you stop, you practice allowing him just to be the way he is, you might find that he's going to, get shocked. He's going to not know what happened to you, because he's going to think, why isn't she saying anything? He's going to think it's a ploy, reverse psychology or something. But I think if you practice doing that, you'll start to, lose the weight.
All right.
Well, Marlene, I hope that, is there anything real quick? You got 20 seconds to say something to Dr. Mona Lisa before we need to say
How about 20 hours? 20 minutes, right?
Very sweet. It's very, very sweet.
Okay. Thank you so much, Marlene. If you want to hang around, we can talk after the show. Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, once again, you have amazed me. For those of you who would like to be a part of our broadcast, you can call 407-373-5959. I say future broadcast because today's broadcast is almost done. If you want to learn more about Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, she does her own private readings. You can go to drmonalisa.com. drmonalisa.com. That's drmonalisa.com. Her information will be on my Facebook. And if you're a subscriber, you already have her contact information right in your weekly blog. Dr. Mona Lisa, I am amazed by you. I am so grateful every time you come on the show.
So thank you so much for having me.
And
thank you.
And thank you for coming on when it was, as you say, dark and no power out there. So I am grateful to you for your commitment to the show.
Thank you so much.
And to you, my listening friend, again, once you know the truth, you can't unlearn it. So do you want to learn a new truth with Dr. Mona Lisa? Call 407-373-5959. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. Good job. Okay, so now we're off. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Marlene, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for Dr. Mona Lisa before you go?
Oh, there would be too many. There would be way too many.
Oh, thank you
Dr.
so
Mona
much.
Lisa, you take care of the storm up there. I know we went through all that.
Thank you so much. We'll do this again. I have to
Sounds
get some wet stuff out of my garage.
Thank you,
Mona
Lisa.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. Unbelievable. So Dr. Mona Lisa's off the air. Oh, Marlene, you're still around?
I'm still here. Thank you so much. I'll see you later, okay?
Thank you, Marlene. Bye.
Bye.
And to you, for those of you, again, the number is 407-373-5959. If you would like to be scanned by Dr. Mona Lisa and a future show, or you can go check out at whenyouneedafriend.com. You can put in there's a little search feature at whenyouneedafriend.com. Just put Mona Lisa, Dr. Mona Lisa Schulz, or Dr. Mona Lisa, and you will be able to listen to her past shows. Also, what medical intuition is all about, the dashboard in our body that is constantly speaking to us. So if you want to learn more, just go to whenyouneedafriend.com. And remember, I'll be right here waiting for you.